Picture this, a 16th century African kingdom ruled by warriors where kings wore crowns and commanded armies, and then she showed up. Queen Amina of Zaria didn't ask permission, she didn't wait for a seat at the table, she built her own throne, then made everyone else sit down. Long before the phrase like girl boss and feminist icon went viral, Amina was riding into battles with a sword in hand, armor gleaming under the scorching Sahel sun. While European queens were mostly marrying off for diplomacy, Amina was out here expanding borders, leading armies, and constructing fortified city walls that still stand in parts of Nigeria today. Her story isn't just an African legend, it's a royal remix of war strategy, political brilliance, personal myth, and untamed power. And yet, for centuries, she was nearly erased from the global history books. Not anymore. This isn't just the tale of a queen. It's a tale of a woman who ruled like no man ever dared. Uncompromising, undefeated, unforgettable. So, buckle up because we're diving into the fierce, complicated, and legendary life of Queen Amina of Zaria, the woman who turned her kingdom into an empire. Born into power, the princess who watched everything. Queen Amina was born around 1533 in Zazzau, now Zaria, Nigeria, part of the powerful Hausa city-state in northern Nigeria. She wasn't just any princess, she was royalty with an edge. Her grandfather was King Sarkin Nohe, and her father, King Niketau, ruled Zazzau during the golden age of wealth and trade. From a young age, Amina stood out. She wasn't interested in embroidery or palace gossip. She wanted to ride horses, wield swords, and watch council meetings. And guess what? She was allowed. Her mother, Queen Bakwa Turonku, was no pushover either. She later ruled Zazzau herself, meaning Amina had a great life example of a woman taking charge. And when she wasn't shadowing her parents, Amina was sharpening her own skills, military strategy, and diplomacy weaponry. Basically, she was becoming the medieval Nigeria version of Wonder Woman. And she wasn't doing it in secret either. By 16, she was already leading cavalry units and was wildly known for her ferocity on the battlefield. Yes, 16, the warrior princess everyone whispered about. By the time Amina was in her 20s, traders, diplomats, and rival kingdoms all had something to say about her. She's brilliant, some said. She's dangerous, whispers others. She's unmarried? Everyone asked. But Amina didn't have time for royal matchmaking. She was too busy building alliances, winning battles, and preparing for something bigger, her destiny. When her mother, Queen Bakwa, died around 1566, the throne didn't go to Amina, not yet. It went to her younger brother, Karama. And what did Amina do? She kept her cool and kept building powers behind the scenes. She knew her time was coming, and when it did, the world felt it. Coronation Day. The queen who drew blood first. In 1576, Karama died, and the people of Zauzau knew that there was only one true heir. Amina stepped forward, tall and regal, and claimed her crown. Not just as a ruler, but as Queen of the Sword. Yes, that was her official title because her first act as queen, she led her army into battle. Imagine this scene, a freshly crowned queen right out of the palace gates, armor glittering, sword raised. She wasn't showing off, she was sending a message. This throne is not ceremonial. I came to conquer, and conquered she did. The expansion era. 34 years of dominance. For the next 34 years, Queen Amina expanded Zauzau territory to unprecedented level. She led military campaigns that stretched her influence across Hausa land and into parts of what is now Ghana, Cameroon, and Chad. Her strategy, ruthless efficiency. She built a garrisons in conquered towns, imposed tribute system, and developed trade routes. She secured access to the lucrative trans-Sahara trade of gold, salt, and kola nuts. And those famous walls, oh yes, she built fortification, now known as Amina's walls, around cities she conquered. Some of those walls still stand today. Amina wasn't just expanding land, she was building an empire based on security, commerce, and raw power. The no man zone. Why Queen Amina never married? Let's address the elephant in the room. Amina never married. Why? The reasons are layered: political, personal, and maybe even scandalous. Some say she refused to share power. Others say she didn't trust any man to rule beside her. And then there's the wildest legend that she took lovers from each conquered city, had one passionate night with them, and then, well, they never left alive. Historians debate how true that is. But let's be honest, if any queen was going to be the medieval Beyonce with an army and zero patience for betrayal, it would be Amina. Marriage was a distraction. Power was her true partner. The queen who built tomorrows. Queen Amina wasn't just a warlord in royal robes. She was a visionary urban planner. The walls she built weren't random. They were designed for a long-term control. Each wall protected her garrison and trading hubs. Inside, she enforced systems of governance, trade, levies, and military training centers. Zaria, under her, became a fortress of strategy and style. Think Game of Thrones meet Wakanda. She standardized laws, strengthened the economy, and created a legacy of centralized power that influenced generations of Hausa leaders. Legendary status, from mortal queen to immortal icon. By the time Amina was in her 60s, she was less a ruler and more a living legend. Parents named their daughters after her. Poets praised her strength. Enemies feared the sound of her war drums. Some say she died in battle, sword still in hand. Others claim she died peacefully in Atagara, present-day Kogi State. Her burial sites remain unknown, adding to her myth. But no matter how or where she died, one fact remains: Amina never truly left. What they never taught you in history class. Here's the kicker. For centuries, Queen Amina's story was suppressed or ignored in mainstream history books. It wasn't until oral historians, griots, and scholars started digging into Hausa's tradition that the full weight of her story came to light. In 2018, she was featured in Netflix African Queens, and statues of her now stand proud in Nigeria. But honestly, no documentary or monument can fully capture the storm she was. Why Amina still matters today. Queen Amina ruled over 400 years ago, but her life feels strangely modern. Why? Because her story is about agency, ambition, and fearlessness, qualities we still celebrate, especially when women claim them boldly. She didn't wait for permission. She didn't settle for being a footnote. She turned her throne into a launch pad, her sword into a megaphone, and her kingdom into a movement. Amina proved that power doesn't ask, it acts. And legacy stretches far beyond the walls she built or the borders she drew. It echoes in every woman who dares to lead, every dreamer who dares to rule, and every storyteller who dares to remember. Today, Queen Amina is more than a historical figure. She's a vibe, a force, a mirror reflecting what happens when courage meets strategy and doesn't apologize for either. So next time someone tells you that powerful women are a modern thing, tell them about Amina. Tell them how she ruled for 34 years, never married, and made kings kneel. And most importantly, tell them she was real. Because Queen Amina wasn't just a queen, she was a blueprint, a battle cry, a forever flame in African history. So here's a question for you. If Queen Amina were alive today, what kind of leader do you think should be? Politician, general, or maybe even president? And do you believe Queen Amina's legacy has been fully recognized worldwide, or is history still catching up? Let us know in the comments below. Ready for more royal intrigue and timeless tale? Check out the next video on screen to uncover another fascinating chapter in history. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with all things royal. See you in the next video.